Hey guys, so I am now home from the Barceló Maya Grand Resort in Riviera Maya, Mexico. Close to Cancun, that's where you fly into. I was there for a total of 7 days and my stay was absolutely phenomenal. If you guys tuned into my last video, you would see that I was there on day 4 and I was giving the review right there on the resort, and I was saying in that video that this resort is incredible and that you should definitely book it. Now that I'm home, looking back on it just from a few days ago, I would still say the same, but if not more. I give it a 10 out of 10. I know that the ratings go from a 5-star, but honestly, I can't even believe how amazing the resort was. Once again, it is more of a chill vibe, definitely great for families. The water park that they have for the kids is incredible because parents can just be so comfortable with the lifeguard standing there and all the things that there is to do for kids as well. You know, they have their little ping pong table, they have their kids sectioned off. They also have mini food for the kids in the buffets, which is really nice to see. They also have a section in the spa that is dedicated for little kids. So realistically, it's great for families. It is also great for people, I would say, between the ages of like 35 to maybe 65, right in that range. It's a big range, but still, I wouldn't recommend it if you are a partier. If you're in Mexico and you just want to get hammered and party, awesome, but you know, I wouldn't say it's for partiers. I'd say it's more for families and more for couples looking to lounge and fully relax. And if that's what you're in for, then you would love to stay at the Barceló Maya Grand Resort. My fiance and I stayed there for the full 7 days and we had no complaints whatsoever. Once again, the water is blue, crystal blue, and it is breathtaking. Like, I stayed at the beach for all of my mornings. I just couldn't stay away. I went into the waves. It was so soothing and so relaxing just to close my eyes and lay on the beach and know that we were safe. That the beach wasn't a public beach, it's a private beach, which is super nice. So you don't have to worry about any of the locals coming to bug you, because we all know that that could really ruin your trip if you were constantly going out to the beach and then running into that issue. So none of that on the beach whatsoever. So that was definitely relaxing. As well, you know, the food is all inclusive, so that's really important, and the buffets were definitely well taken care of. There was always supervisors going around checking the quality and standards of the food and how it was being presented and everything like that. So not at one point did I get sick whatsoever, which was amazing because you're on a trip, you pay that much money, and that's the last thing you want. So I would honestly say that their food is above standard. They have lots of sauces, which shocked me when I found out that salsa means sauce. So they've got lots of signs for their chili peppers. So like, let's say there's 1 chili pepper spice levels, and I even saw that there were spice levels up to 8. So which is really nice because that way you can spice up your foods if you like them spicier. You have tons of options with different sauces and different spice levels. And that is one thing to be cautious of, is to be able to make sure that you find out which sauces are mild versus which ones are spicy, because you know, that can be an issue if you're not into spice at all. But the fruit was just absolutely quality. The meats were just delicious. I had no issues whatsoever, and I can tend to be a picky eater, so that's me saying that. I'm saying that I had a phenomenal experience in the buffets from breakfast to lunch to dinner. My favorites was, of course, the smoothies that you could get in breakfast time, all fresh right in front of you, featuring pineapples, cantaloupe, as well as carrots and a couple of other things that you could blend together, and they were delicious smoothies. I really miss those. I also miss the omelets because omelets are a classic. When you go to Mexico or somewhere tropical like that, oftentimes they do have an area to do their omelets, and it was really nice because they had a few different stations going at once so that you wouldn't have to wait in lines, and that's something they really take care of. They don't want you to have to be waiting in line for your food, so they set it up really nicely so that it wasn't too crazy busy at once. And once again, there was tons of varieties. I love how they changed their varieties of food from breakfast, lunch to dinner. Tacos were delicious, as well as dinner time. They had their beef going. They had it being fresh cut from, it was actually pretty cool, from the cow itself, the cow leg. So they did a really good job on that, right in front of you. Cooked it anywhere from well done to rare, and it was just phenomenal food. So in the sense of the buffets and the food aspect of this resort, I would truly say it was phenomenal. Another thing is, like I mentioned, the pool life is, always getting you going with the music. That's really fun. They have time slots for if everyone wants to get up there and do dance time. They have the workers there doing a really fun dance, and they got the music going and getting people to come up on stage and be upbeat and do their own little dance. And so that was really nice to see that they had fun like that. They also had water sports. They had handball game going in the pool. They also had, of course, the pool bar, which is pretty popular. It was just nice that when you went to the pool bar, that they served you like that. Their service was incredible. For any of the bars, any of the restaurants, anything that you needed, they would be able to get it for you, and they wanted to make sure that they could get it for you. For instance, asking for a straw, they'd go out of their way to go get you that straw, go get you the extra, whatever you needed, anything that was kind of your own touch to feel like you're back home or anything like that, they would cater to you, and that was really, really nice to see with the service side of things. So they also had a la cartes that you get 4 within your stay, which means restaurants that you can choose outside of the buffet, so things can keep interesting with your meals. And so we actually tried the Italian as well as the Japanese as well as the steakhouse, and all 3 of them were incredible. They had their own touch and feel, and I was super impressed by the Tokyo restaurant, which is the Japanese. Quite the experience, really, really well done, and it was really entertaining, and the food was absolutely great. Like, I'm not a huge person with Japanese food and even Chinese food, but I love the food there at that restaurant. So definitely a great selection. I believe they have about 6 different restaurants to choose from, 6 or 7. So it's nice. You go into guest services and you get to sit down and go ahead and choose which restaurants you want to book. And I will say that once you arrive, you should definitely get on booking your restaurants right away, because they do fill up fast. So that's another tip for you guys. And the pool itself, the pools, they had a few of them sectioned off on the resort, and they were massive. The pools were absolutely huge, like lots and tons of space. No one had to worry about running into others or being too crammed or squishy so they couldn't relax. And when you've seen it like that and it's just full of crazy and wild, no, they have it sectioned off really, really nice. So when you're in the pool, you can actually lounge and relax. And it's amazing. Like, once you get into that resort, I am telling you guys, like, you will be blown away. So if you're giving it a thought to go ahead and book at the Barceló, I would say yes, do it for sure. Like, there's not too much more I can say without trying to ruin it for you guys. That's what I'm really trying to be able to not give it away without giving some of the details to make you guys have your choice a little bit easier. Another thing that's really, really neat, I will say, you'll probably see if you look up the resort anyhow, is the fact that they have a dolphin show. They have the dolphins right there on the resort. And it's absolutely free to watch the show, and I will say that the dolphin show, we watched it. It's about a 15-minute presentation, and it is on point. It is such a cool, neat experience to watch a dolphin show, and you didn't have to go anywhere. You could just walk down to the end of the resort, and right there they had dolphins going on for the show, and it was absolutely phenomenal to watch those dolphins because they were really well trained, and they had some really cool tricks in there. So that's another fun thing. Of course, they have the excursions, which you'd have to go off the resort to do, but the prices for the excursions were not so bad at all. So if you're looking to do some excursions, they have a few things from ATVing and zip lining and things like that. They also have the jet skis and the kayaks and that are right there on the resort. But mind you, if it is too windy, they like to play it safe and they won't have the jet skis out at all times. So they will have to wait for a bit of a cooler, like not as windy day, of course, to let all the jet skis and that kind of stuff off onto the resort to be able to book them. And what else can I say? That is the room sizes. I already went over that in the last video. The service was phenomenal. You know, any of the buffets, when we went to them, the drinks, when they serve your drinks to you, they'd come right away. And you know, the servers were so great because they were just so happy and vibrant, and they didn't care about you know, what kind of tip they were getting from you or not. They were just the same to everyone. Like, I really like seeing that because of course it's really important to tip your servers, tip your maids. We all know that, but I mean, just to see them act the same to everyone else was super nice. Really like that vibe as well. Another thing is the shows. We saw about 4 different shows we went. They started in the evening, probably around 9:30, I believe. They started at nighttime. The shows were really, really good. The performers are so talented. It's just insane. They'll definitely give you a great show that'll go on for about an hour before you guys settle down to maybe choose going to bed and getting refreshed for the next day, or you might choose to go check out the Maya Mall, which is a crazy extension that they made 2 years ago to the resort. It's a you know, it's not massive. It doesn't go too far down, but it has about, I'd say, 7 to 8 stores that are brand name in there. And then they also have, for nightlife, they have the Jaguar, which is a club for 19 plus, and which was really cool. We experienced that, and it was really, really fun. You know, they played music that you would request, and that was nice. Everyone was having a good vibe in there, so you don't need to set off the resort to go off and be a little sketched out. Like, you never know what could happen. So right there on the resort in the Maya Mall, they have a club, so that was nice. That went until about 2:30 a.m., so which was great. And then they also had in the Maya Mall, they have the Strikers Pub, which is 24/7, so you can get food anytime. And mind you, it is snacky food, so don't expect too much for the 24/7, you know, food there. But it is nice that you can still at least grab a little snack in between, you know, breakfast time, and if you're out partying and drinking and things like that. Then they also have bowling in there and a little bit of an arcade for the kids. So, or adults for bowling too, which is really nice to see. So honestly, I think I've covered all the bases, and so now what you guys need to do is book. Honestly, this is my own opinion, this is my own review and my own stay. It's fully coming from me and no one else, but I hope I could really help your guys' decision. I hope I put enough details into this video, and if you guys did like this video, go ahead and give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more.